Today's video, we're going to look at right arm lift in the backswing. So in the last video, when we looked at arm lift in the backswing, we looked at the golfer from the classic down the line view. We used the virtual spine. We tilted him until that virtual spine was 90 to the floor or to the ground. And then we looked across that virtual spine at that down the line view. In this video, when we want to do a little bit different perspective, a lot of bit different perspective, we're going to actually look straight down his virtual spine. And we're going to keep this same perspective as he moves throughout the swing. And we're also going to measure, what we really want to look at today is this key measurement. It's from the center of his shoulder joint to the center of his elbow. And the actual measurement number is arbitrary because, again, we're not looking at the perspective of the arm. We're looking at the perspective of straight down his spine. But what this is going to allow us to do is, if that arm segment, if that blue line doesn't get any longer throughout the swing, we know he kept his elbow at the same height and didn't raise it during his backswing. We know it didn't get farther from his body, and we know it didn't elevate. If that blue line gets smaller, we know he actually got his elbow closer to his body. If that arm segment, that shoulder to elbow grows, in air quotes, if it grows, we know that the elbow lifted, that upper arm lifted and got some extension away from his body. So let's get him started and see what happens. We're going to take him first to left arm parallel. Shaft parallel. We're going to try to get this thing centered up so we look dead down this virtual spine right there. Now we're going to put the bones back on him, and we're going to see, and again, we're just copy and pasting these same lines up here in the corner so we can see the progression. So at shaft parallel, the arm did come up. The right arm did lift. And you can see by a relative term by that much. Let's take him through to left arm parallel now. Trying to get the spine lined up right there. Now, it grew by quite a bit. The arm still lifting all the way up to left arm parallel. That means the elbow is working away from the body. And then as we take him up to the top, we can see a very small difference, but still lifted. So really, if you look from the address bar all the way up to the top bar, our blue line there, there is quite a bit of difference. That left arm rose, lifted, whatever you want to say it, extended gradually through the entire backswing. And this is a really cool way to look at it, with not only the bones, but with this virtual spine number, because we can really see that shoulder to elbow segment grow as the golfer went through his backswing. Now let's go back to that view that we looked at last time and see if we can see anything a little different. So we're gonna look at the same view. We're gonna shift our golfer to his 90 to the floor now. And then we're gonna look at arm bend. So if we were to have him bend his elbow 90 degrees, and again, this little compass here is center of the elbow, center of the wrist joint on the gears bones feature. That's where 90 degrees would put him. Well short of hands up where this golfer actually is at the top. So still well below his shoulder line if he bent his arm 90 degrees. Now this golfer actually doesn't bend his arm 90 degrees. He only bends it 70 degrees at the top of his backswing. So we're significantly still lower than where he is at the top of the backswing. So for him to get to the top of the backswing, we're going to see that he actually does, and we're going to trace that elbow joint, he actually does have to extend and raise the arm as it scrolls up to the top of his backswing. And we haven't checked every single pro in our database yet for this, but we have checked a number of them, and every one that we have checked does the exact same thing. So in the data we've collected, this is pretty much how these guys move their arms in the backswing. There is definitely some arm lift. It's enough just to get them to plane the club. It's enough to get the arms and club up on plane early, and it's gradual and it's consistent. This arm lifting is consistent with the examples that we've seen, consistent throughout the backswing. This is a really cool topic. It's a really hard topic to kind of get visually, get get a good grip on, because everything is moving away from the camera. So having gears really lets us kind of manipulate where the golfer is relative to what we're looking at, and it's a big help in this. But it's something we see with all these players, and it's something that we wanted to share with you guys. I know there was a lot of questions about it. We got a lot of DMs and emails. That's why we wanted to do another video and really focus in on the right arm, because if you position the camera right and you're able to move the camera, you can see a lot more things, and that's what we wanted to share with you guys. If it's still not clear, let us know. We'll take another shot at it and hopefully keep making this as clear as we can. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.